also every member of Parliament, Edima, Bantama Constituency, former Minister of Roads and Highways, and I pay Ewa Mincheha, Honorable Francis Asenso Boakye. I pay what last Yenim Komoka Kranafi, Yantoso Enfanko Yenim, Honorable, I pay Yabemwachi, Amwakwaba.
Any aquavi now, a point to say.
Yanko Pondum, Yahuya Papa. Pa, Mijudis also here.
Oh, I don't.
The young compounds. The young compounds. And so, first time I did join you, honey. As your power.
I'm happy to be here. You have a nice studio.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Now, Parliament is saying, we be able to.
Oh, we be able to. So, when you say, the kind of, fact, in Chama, a thief when you know, it's true. A Bantama Constituency for a yoma dom tia. Me walk Parliament, me some more kakra. And ne kumasama ne asante manyina. Parliament boko. Obekaya December koto abano. Number na ka ye hwese nke binya na Parliament e nya ne sa. So far no say be 88 members. Enso so no nyame adom ye di juma kakra e boy homodin de betimi bia ye leadership so e di enim kama ama bibia koso kama the Parliament boko
mighty minority. There's a few more harding musa, but I say Mahonki can't this time of Parliament and I say was
say Parliament, you know, it's about debate. It's about issues. You know, we have leadership. So we do Emma Simbia person putting across no so no. Ekosu ye. Said the amount for see boy the mighty minority in the nature say. Do na so energy. Ejuma ye Parliament on the basa answer a shame crime. Emma itimi ye more can.
I think in Greater Accra region there's still one constituency here.
Ablekuma.
Is it yet to be declared?
Yeah, Ablekuma.
Now, so I want them to say because the last time he was saying more reason why you were Parliament.
Say I didn't know you want to say. Those times I remember very well. Say you need here police protection and some with me aye. And I want to say. Say Ghana have passed ever say to up a kayaba. Na you see here police protection. Na enuntino intimate kind because we cannot provide the protection. Is
it protection and then
I mean, I say at a point that's the concern they raise at a point. I don't know. I haven't followed it for some time now, so I don't know the current issue surrounding it. But I mean, who didn't tell you to aba? Bantama inyane koto aba yiwie ne kan wie police station bia kan ne de say de yinyina enim yiwie ne de national I mean constituency collation center na de akan ne nyina na say de aba ne aba compile aba quality minim de ntia say we say a problem na your state security apparatus say hwema yi sitim ye na adwuma up to now. Elections could be brief. I could be a court because the intimate kind of said the say kind. Me don't want me to say it doesn't speak well of us as a democracy. Our Africa will be a say ambition say the democracy.
Well, okay, me that say any Parliament near Koso you be you be try one person about the other issues be no one more. Ni nyina mo no ya ye beba honum na afi ye di hu nkomo kakra na aboa na as a former roads and highways minister during was it for like 2 years, was it up to 2 years 10 years roads minister?
No, it's about 10 months
1 year gra. Oh wow. I mean, when you show a cheer for that 10 months, you know, are you proud of what you are?
Oh yeah, basically, when him say, Nana Akufo Addo aban no, aban a ye de see enu say Ghana betum pon a road infrastructure can be pa. In fact, and I saying I've been speaking of Parliament regarding road infrastructure, and now can say America. It may be now person call me pa. No use road infrastructure and they accelerate the pace for development. States, all the 50 or so states in America, build the highways. Na say highways no more every dollar be almost spend in economic value, in economic returns, no money $6 in the free. Road infrastructure idea here. From day one, you discuss kushemu pa. Na abra my penny changes and say penifo kakra mo no omufu oma yenso so mrante embra ne ebe to aso ema juma ne ye de gugu fom nyina nso so no ebe to aso ma ye start bi kra nso so kan ho a eno nso so no eso so eboy na me wo time bi bra enka betime no bi bra ka ho but ne any time bi bra ena ye koto aba Ghana 4 years ne yenso enkotene fi kakra na abafo from sombra na so meto aso ba me gidi se ejuma ye ni de. In fact, on record, aban bie ni ho a first of all this is a shape road infrastructure esen na Akufo Addo aban since independent. Aban bie ni ho a wa ye akwan se fa kwan a afa ni twa no foforo old roads a ye maintain new and I say kwan e wo dada na ye biem amana be kese se ebetumi asom Ghana man year. Aban bie ni ho a wa ye sa dodo asen na Akufo Addo. Say me woman commit me am.
Yeah, boss, because this the last time I behold that our Parliament was in reaction to so because the NDC government was saying there the number of roads are much as about constructing near the end and you're true.
Yeah.
Now who said now we change Parliament. Let's go into it.
Yeah.
Now yeah share.
Yeah. Yes man can say. Na Akufo Addo aban by e kwan ayaye and I said the ensaka aye no 13,224 kilometers. And that is 8 years nearby. In fact, that's at June of 2024. Now, and this is also by Professor Mills buying the Professor
John
Mahama buying 8 years no. Almost so a quite almost so yeah, Ghana was 4,636 kilometers. Now, I'm saying, and this is for them who say figures, no. Omu show mo, cause omu say we pa na MPP for a pa there. And then next year be ya may be a ben kakra Ghana for because anye inti no on person more rubbish. Because ye buy ye say ye be you quite new rules. By a team ministry on ye adwuma. Enye new rules nkwa na ye ho adwuma. So what you say? Your existing rules are wo ho a ye adwuma. But it be any capacity no eco-form because of population growth, because of urbanization, increased economic activities. In Tibasa, as I said, you beam. There no such a new crown, ya na biwa is kakra be shameless, so say a year for. So see, I make a say of Fanko Eba in Sawam.
Yeah.
And Naya is the busiest road
of course
in the country. And no more free port. Finkan be back masini north nyina one befa and a horn so no there are a lot of developments. They see down near the settlement the traffic up
of course
about 17 kilometers from Ofanko to Nsawam. So it's an existing road, but the government is constructing is dualization of that road. No say access road so be a trotro ne taxis a year ejuma sa area ho. We use that access
route. No.
Exactly.
So I think it's 5-5, right?
Well, 2 on the main road, and another 2 access road, 2 access road. Into here 8.
Okay.
So now, we say in front say a new construction in engineering, you never found. Upgrading and rehabilitation. You are upgrading the road. You are rehabilitating the road. upgrading and rehabilitation kwano yeah over 3,000 kilometers. In fact, bare 4,000 kilometers carbon upgrading and rehabilitation. So out of that 13 kilometers, asphalt overlay. That Kumasia, there are roads bebree na ase. Onam swana, you know, there's no riding comfort in councils and government wanted to upgrade these communities, to beautify it, and also make the riding comfortability. No, so no, every man about for so one at Fatim inquiry almost 2,000 kilometers, 1,955 kilometers. Any country hanum. New construction, new roads construction. I mean, can't roads ni been show. You see, I make a say. Nana Akufo Addo abano who say the president Akufo who say Ghana hanum. Say bit me to pompa. This is two main capital, cities. No, the road no. I see dualization.
Of course. President
Akufo ni nyasa vision. No, and start here. We in Sawam bypass. We in Koko bypass. We Chebi bypass. That time no, ufra kreba Kumasia. Now it's almost 7 hours. President Akufo you know. Oh yes, our projects we know. A catino to about 2.5 hours. The journey. And I President Akufo President Mahama and then President Mills by for 8 years. Our project no man to us. Ama say you know distance no as increase from 2.5 to 2.5 no to now 5.5 hours, sometimes 6 hours. It's in Akufo Addo so starting new project to create bypasses of the 4 major towns on the stretch in Yirisi, in Konongo, Enyinam, and Osino. We 46 kilometers new construction. And into this type of construction, you call it new construction. Then new minister no buy because the Ghana 670 3 kilometers and that particular one year new construction. New way, but they're from scratch. But there are other projects. For instance, Ahinema Kokobin, Ahinema, you could see annual contract. Kofi Jobo here major construction works or that. But ye beam, you cannot call it new construction. It's an existing road, but we are upgrading it. We are rehabilitating it to better serve the needs of the people. And to come boomer. Sometimes there are also a major work of graveling and regraveling. Cocoa growing, agricultural towns and all that now. Sometimes say one gravel coiner once and Obiako Fedi and Ibiaba na a team baby neba na team. It is a major part of the road construction works. Small communities, no. And on Kwan, go for the time, 6,185 kilometers, which is major. I know the Buama, it meaning you only be Bokrum, Cocoa, Timikofa, Ebacum, Yakoton Yeska, Timber, Ekofaba, Miakoton, me in Yeska. It will come in Abuma. 13,624. But NDC for the almost 4,630. That's about 4 times more. And you know, be a dance say a quite road infrastructure. So by me bit me be ye asin na Akufo Addo and I feel na yeshi. So far no buy no I feel na budget aba almost so almost to nyoma. The question bit me be a sense a chen na Akufo Addo aban do be especially Ashanti region hanom. In your time with me akom. Yeah. There in be can say buy Ashanti region. So if you say we could have done more. Could have done more for 2 reasons. First, especially with road infrastructure, when you build good roads in Ashanti region, it helps in the national transportation architecture because Ashanti is at the heart of Ghana. Yeah. And therefore, if you want to connect from Accra to any part of the north and all those areas, Bono, Seshi areas, Obefa, Into good roads our eboa. Secondly, it's also the second most populous region.
Of course.
The Kumasi, the second most, as a planner, I always call it the second most important city in the country. And I so no MPP for no. So no na obia in PF say yes no eboa. Emma Sebi son MPP etimi we ne Ashanti region. So that and I tem bia so no say aban foforo ba especially NDC nyuma ye special oba ne ha no omuntimi nye ne sa. Nti say nyame aduna say MPP ba ya na obia expectation say etimi ye bibi power. Kumasi say for 8 years na NDC was on. Ya shede hu rules bia wa. No be kaya. We knew happening senior MP Mutaka Constituency no be bibi kakra o me te Bantama me hu bibia enso na Akufo Addo and Mahama Bantama we dey dance any all other constituencies or Kumasi they've seen major improvement ka person ke bit me bia ka ho there and now we had plans to continue and now said before we are Antoata you see baby ejineni but maybe a benya kunya na ye beba no you continue to work very hard over Ashanti region.
And Ashanti but let me say this a colleague member of parliament say you're a good man mincha and honorable colleagues Adoma Kumensa what's been chow member good morning na or show na you are a good man
ono abin pa ntie economist na a chief economic energy economist
okay okay na ade ba ko especially Ashanti region omo kan wasem has to do with the swimming interchange there are some delays swimming interchange
the project need delay
I say people thought nkai bia mo betumi ayekura wie ansana more free so because o predecessor how buy e promise a number of interchanges but at least don't can
exactly
as at the
so I'm interchange we had a setback of funding issue no kakra
okay
initially funding na ke dey be no ya ko hu meeting bibia naka yensebeka but BBC na funding no quickly another area kra nanka sika bia nanka dey be another project any ko yi no free ho any be so me interchange but original funding source no yensanka so on COVID-19 ehun sensem any other we are just lucky say the other funding no nanka secure we but originally it was part of the initial project na aban secure funding na be ntinya bo apayo enye bo apayo wa ni mabrabo sometimes wo ye bibi wa plan so be bibi pa wa kuma da so enso so na bibi nti no sike bia na wo hwehwe se so de koye no sika na na wo hwe na amba eno na na enye bo apayo kra
as we speak our dedicated funding into the project because project
starting
mo free aban mu nyina eno de e cost sa be sin
starting and bibia apart from
dedicated funding Canada
apart from say Christmas some cold break there's no problem at all and project no so no we are say the most important ones no access roads
of course
say we
of course
say the be you start main e na nkofo be nyanya
baby awura
no ya yi nyina this na fe no mo be the main construction was the make easier so now wa hwe adwuma e koso nya adwuma ketwa adwuma kese pa enti it takes time enti me stress amafo be nya gidie say ya hyehyɛ no go na o man panyini Mahama so buy so no maybe obekuma so be kasai o ma eti asese ono so no dey so ye bia am I complete no obey so I don't see any problem
after the completion should it be credited to the MPP say project
na I think I want you
no Martin komo bebre
but so be am say na na ke ye hoso anke bewie nti na sa ban na banese ono so no scanner do ho no anka so de koya de foforo That's what they told us. If you say ne kwan so ano edu ebebo ma ba so say o ma anyi ska na nko e adefofo no mato so but said you share ase ne de na koma wom I say free SHS say ne we fa ko bia MPP na de bai ye ne wo no so I say ntino me cry there me I'm not interested in who gets credit for what I'm interested in is a project ni be wie na asantema ye nya so mfa so.
Okay. Now, apart from that, there are other roads. But Maminka, we used to say, I had a chat with one big contractor of town. Namini didn't come on, that's what catch me. I think my cousin will pay. I just say, Asenso Boakye pa 4 years as a roads minister, pan or Ghana ha, Kenyani. Mami money ni, miracle for Job. Enya encounter and he was so happy. He was I said the way he was eulogizing you all counts quite back me faso but I said my name's a story and as me kind of saying barkesi that stretch no I want something to say
I know I'm faso no contractor no so juma.
Okay, after Barkesi, me try me offense all right, but
is supposed to join to offense. But my main can't send back control. You see, road construction, it's a lot of money. And Ghana so no, you see cano and no so so I say. So I say what train ama when you see Ghana sign out there started project, can you be into the contract you na unya enye sikano. But we are buying the only collective revenue. Into now the amount contractor, so we say Kofi Job says one of our best contractors. Into no, almost do baby no raise certificate. Now oba. Or the certificate ni ba, e be buying any nyina no tua kakra. So tua kakra no aje, no akọ site, no akọ toaso. So what I say, your problem in our country whether MPP no also NDC no also we are not able to raise enough revenue. So what I say.
Yeah.
And you are buying say Nkofo Kofi Job mo bomba baso say there be o nye bibi enti o. Sika ni ho. Enti ba na tana ka say Kofi we a good contractor. The kwan we say ya dia ehia asanteman pa. Enti no aban be Fiscal mo. But for now no, we say never koto fuel, never tutor our workers no money juma. So what I say, enti yes we see me per daily. We no nya in school. Communication, interpersonal skills, and a few youngster near the manage sa we say. So enti no enti that is the difference in leadership style. With me, even though it's can work around, you can get people to work. That is the problem. Contractor ya okano friend say, but the consequence on the years our bridge na will be a bo you didn't say ya boa Tafwa bridge. And it's one of the
it's
one of the best contractors we have in the country today. Me ko fa so enra. Na me ko dey me komo bio echo. Na omo ye adwuma pa. Omo ye adwuma pa. Na ebia na na omo so ebia na machine no or saw another projects or other ultimate machines no a specific job bibi
yeah no asamba
anti it won't say bia slow down na bia nunti and I say bia sika bia o hwe na mu no e bia bank no nyam fama no or their shame but idea machines also or yeah juma and that is the same situation we have for many other road projects in the country.
What are some of the major road infrastructure in it Muteki Ashanti region?
Oh, Bebre.
Now, of course, during the tenure of the new patriotic party, now, more,
me person be me, you know, instead of I can listen.
Okay. Okay, me read the messages in a kakra.
Read the whilst we come to the
good morning, Katie. This is Sadiq from Busheng. I'll commend Honorable Asenso Boakye on a daily basis. Although I am a member of the NDC, it must be acknowledged that Asenso Boakye performed admirably as the representative for Bantama Constituency. I know I was your friend Sadiq, and a Sadiq Diwe Ebae, and so Ewaha. Okay, I say, Mr. Oz, tell Mr. Asenso Boakye that the NPP's road ministry caused the NPP very much in the 2024 elections in Bono region. Ono Bono no de eba say omo akwan if we one way enko no they will come back to that.
Me wo less am high. 55 major projects. Ashanti region. Yes, this am high. Can Obuase Dunkwa Kodie Eduma Francis Kokobin Jimesu Bekwai Tai Rose Continency Kumasi Continency Mampon Kofiase Insuta Beposo Anua Kwanta Obuase Asankare Krofa Joansa Konongo, you know, new site roads. I'm combining urban roads, rural roads, and highways. Konongo new site, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Amantina Junction, you also Centre Asokore, you know, Akrofonso, Aminem, New Abrim, to Afoso, to Apreja, you know, Utu Akwai, Joaso, Abuabo, Fumso, all these roads in Suta, Abuabo, Anua Kwanta, Bekwai Road, Joso, Abangro, Ebria, Mem Junction, Manson, Edubia, Abrepo Junction, Barikese Road, you know, all these things are the sepasse, he has said, Bessian, intense, you know, one phase 1, phase 2, appear do, you know, I was so for it's a lithium. It's amazing words in the Kosovo. I can teach I'm airstrip feeder roads. I could carry Meduma ye kwabre. You know, Chichibre, Bobrea say Bra critical access roads. And Beba Brofu drew Fonse, and so ho trade. And so ho. 100 Junction Town Roads, Nyentrenia say Cropon, you know, appear to Dina near the Biase, a France so don't pass say, you know, a cost about 55 of them. She say this has improved mobility in the region. So projects winning now and this one in the home and the MPP in the buyer base our projects winning and Kumasi I say every single constituency we touch from Swami to Bantama constituency to Inshia so baby we Akufo Addo is legal. I'm not saying say ya rules Kumasi na Ashanti region now, but baby near wa ye be fire ye dey be sisi no itim se senke nya kwanya na ka baby e dey Ashanti man ne Kumasi man e kwan be kono ka e ditwem. And you had plans ta for kwan e dey come on point say
after the interchange, you know, nanka
exactly
more I think of you told me about that
exactly. And several others, but I'm hoping say this government is challenged because of a Jumaya in it, you know. And you know, say, and no man, ni no so be kwan bi Fiscal bi etimi at twas where we no so a startibia. So betimi aka say we so na e buy be start. Na dia me ka ho asem pa na sen na sen ye koye program bi o Kumasi block. MPs ni share Kumasi Accra Road for me is the most important trunk road in the country. Maka say America for a person mo come anymore. We use trunk roads to connect the various states. Ghana say person ko anymore. As I say ye major cities no. You connect no with dual carriage roads. Now, if Ghana say intimi an connect Accra to Kumasi with a dual carriage road, bet me use 1.5 2 hours from Accra to Kumasi, we are not serious as a country. President Akufo realized this when he was president, and he started NDC by 8 years or more army twaso. And Akufo Addo twaso with bypasses in Osino, Enyirisi, Enyinem, and Konongo. Say yes, our bypasses we are be reduce traffic drastically, but there are other 94 kilometers section as I say, you're dualizing. So I've been urging the government to prioritize it. You should continue what Nana Akufo Addo has started, and also start to and prioritize the 94 kilometers now in dualizing. So the bear, what tikema, ufaka, that's all about Kumasia. But 2 hours no drew. Send here, open to also call Sehio, Buno, Se Semo. Now what was not make away with. And nona ebema productivity across. Now when there's productivity, revenue America say it is the implemented projects in ebeba. Because when you are not working hard, government is not making money from us. And how do you make government make money? Yana go for brief. He say buying yes KBBR. No. And say you tutu na mobi and sana buying it be scan. It may say NDC are buying. Say sir Accra Kumasi road na Akufo Addo start here there. Me and find politics. Now buy Accra be tumpon Ghana be tumpon. It was a road no e ka ho pa. Nti any day ade some bo hu deru. Ma ba hu say ade here. Because sometimes yana politicians they can't. I'm on fire serious. The media people na some mo de ma ho odin etechire. Sometimes me twam na me tie mo last me tie also my friend studio no cry on a friend say roto yeah say the discussion is here you can put a toe on it and there's one pentemness of person offer road enye fasa no offer but in your first one corner and say you can create situ bibi ka create na buy neska first of all to maintain it and also to use that money to leverage it and raise more capital to construct more roads. Until that road toll, he say, me idea make road toll. Me I'm starting. The NDC forecast on day back to digital one. I started it, and the finance minister in the last supplementary budget, I mentioned it in the budget of 2024. Say buy, and I started the process. In fact, the new finance minister called vetting, or you to me say. Parliament to crown the last Parliament, we brought a concession agreement to start the implementation of the digitalized road toll system. So I support it. I don't have any problem with that. But now the issue we said it didn't need claim. That was a temporary measure.
No, that's more in Chum.
So
it was suspended.
Yeah. In Chum, going to me try road toll. And I can
call Parliament.
I guess yes, Samra. We just because zero rated it. Yeah, and charge it because at that time it caused confusion because you say all over the world independent and you road to do a card do an ABA.
But when they say traffic
create unnecessary congestion. And I'm for
no checks.
Exactly. They say when you and that's one of the things that Dr. Bawumia come say we sign digitalization. It will bring about efficiency. And I buy sick a BS you nyan baby house or so. I buy bit mania at the input to you.
Well, good morning, my boss. My name is Kefusu, a delegate from Adwato. I really admire your program. Please tell Honorable that we really love him so much, and we are always at his back with prayers. Higher we go, Bantama. Kefusu dia the free Bantama at the Bremine Anopay, and so I don't know. We see this is DJ Smack from Edra. I love this man, Honorable. He's very, he's a vigilant leader. I wish him another chance. Okay, and also need the day eba a brave free Edra eba I don't know. we say, please, Honorable Asenso Boakye, to point out monumental projects they did in the Ashanti region. They presented a budget in Parliament in 2021 that they will build 4 interchanges in Ashanti. The question I'm asking is, where are they? I am Ampem Dako, where you say, or the Ampem Dako, and also adding the message above. Good morning, Katie. I am Muhammad from Ahafo, Kenya. Say, kindly ask Mr. Asenso Boakye about the stretch between Achirensia and Hwidiam. The pace of construction is very slow. Why is it like that? Thank you. But mind you, he's not the roads minister as we speak. It is the question now. Ebiana, opeso who say during the 10 year no, and she said, "No, what to say? You are fine." Nanke bia what me, but as to say bia a jumanon koso sisi na ebia onche mu no na bia kwa bia ewo ho. Nti misremo a we say hi Bra Kwame, please talk about the Mate, National Service Allowance. So I mean interchange is about to stop all because of money. Oh really? A big jai because of there's no money. And also need the other buy, I don't know. I think my radio message, about the Katie, good morning, please. When people are asking a lot different questions. Sorry, I mean they should. Okay. Yeah. You're moving on. Now, young call your nimna yen twaso any and come out do binum. So after all this, honorable, you know we are the NPP lost, and you lost woefully.
Yeah, abysmally.
Why? Say a Juma we are more. For example, say the 13,000 to 4,000 clearly, Obia will go for 13,000. But the people chose to go back to 4,000. Why? Then Nebema and my MPP Mulusu Abba. What happened? Because my said, why you find is be break also will be a tribute to we call any idea.
Yo, rehearsal pie because a Juman and Akufo Addo buying. And Dr. Bawumia buying ebeye in Ghana hano. Na ye Juma nka enya akonya toaso nka Ghana be fan into my pay frappa. Me constituency. Me ba foforo. Bantama enya 89%.
88.84.
That's 99.7. Yeah. Na me be MP so no Bantama constituency bia di adanse. Te Juma ye be die no, e be nsida. From education, security, sports, roads, and other infrastructure, it being said that. Yeah, campaign. So me call baby call campaign. Be able to say now obey there wa. Be as a juma. Me how cry. Inti da ye koto aba na. Afei inipa nkoto aba. Impempie udwun ho a wonte ase it's na general secretary maybe was the spiritual cause wonte ase udwun ho is big, it beats human imagination. Almost 30,000 registered voters in my constituency didn't go and vote.
30,000.
Yeah. And then many people thought that if I had gotten 89% at that time, and the Juma people were saying, say, Bantama, you should get something like 95%. Yeah. And so virtually begging people to go and vote.
Whereby even drop in terms of percentage.
Exactly.
In 2024, you dropped by around 3%.
That's what I'm saying. I dropped. Yes. Not more than that. I got 85%.
85.4 now.
Wow.
That is amazing. That is very surprising. And national executive say a more a commission review of the election result to find out why we lost. It is chaired by Professor Michael Quay. Mojide say in Chibia and Ombi Majuma. Now, the results, the recommendations by your hoodie, because for now, only there. Ubie can't be. We say. But me, I want to go by what the party has commissioned. Into recommendations, findings, and the recommendations of Nibabano. And I'm free say, as I said, yeah.
Now, so far, 3 months into John Dramani Mahama's administration, appointments that have gone on so far, I been say, John Mahama is showing the way. The obre no die, youth, nipa appointment, been in all year. Probably, the next MPP government will take a cue from. Because people are praising John Mahama on appointment. I don't know about you.
Me, what they are praising him about in terms of his appointment. First of all, Ashanti region is the biggest.
Yeah,
one of the biggest or the biggest region.
Yeah,
Ashantis are the biggest ethnic group in the country, and so one minister. Cabinet minister Pano Ashanti we have to cry now Ashanti 4 region had the mark John Mahama. I think that is the second or third and so no appoint in Padodo free her by CEOs near the adin in free her. So what I say. So if people are praising John Mahama, is it people from this region? I don't know. Secondly, also say what appoint youth.
No woman.
Now, Akufo Addo appointed youth.
Now, Akufo Addo appointed.
Many of his ministers were under 40 when they were appointed. Nitiwo was below 40 when he was appointed. Abujinapo was way below 40. Abujinapo, when he became deputy chief of staff, he was 33 years old. Upon Nkrumah was about 33 years old when he became a minister. Myself, I'm equally young. Dame, the youngest attorney general ever, was a youth. Was a youth. First, like I say, Ubi attorney general. Just say Ubi would be 40 years at the bar, 24 power. But they appointed a youth. Akufo Addo's cabinet, many of them. Isaac Esiama was my contemporary at the university. He was the sports minister, my contemporary. And you know, what extraordinary thing being now. And now Oka says, appointed party people. Akufo Addo cabinet, no many party people. Most of them were MPs anyway. MP on your party people. There are some people who were appointed when they came from abroad, but they were party people, were part of the MPP branches there, the UK, the US, and all that. Yeah, campaign, especially in opposition. These were the people who were mobilizing resources to come in, help us to win elections. And you talk about a branch there, you appoint to more. Almost as one in David Bromba, Boy. And to me, who
do not when you're
no.
And so, would you say, Nankasa will repeal e-levy any this betting tax near there, which Mahama is being applauded for? Nankasa way.
Well, in our manifesto, we had indicated that
Bawumia winning,
exactly. It was part of
oh
yeah. It was the part.
But you had the opportunity under Akufo Addo. Even if you say because people were complaining about it.
Well, but that is why in our manifesto, you indicate you say by Bessesan, because people, as long as people were complaining, it means
when you say no, can be a man people man trust them say more so that I need to for fine it will be a different person altogether. But you have opportunity now. Why don't you do it?
Well,
maybe you're not so cotiamo.
Maybe when you know research na but you live na I jumpa etechi. So what I say because me call Abuchi for I was a student. Me call shopper na matoto nyoma me timu no enyoma price am hu yen no na ma bia we 2 we 3 ma calculate say we can yin abo ma bia be $10 but me ko gina counter no na o be 14 say ni nyina ye sales tax. Yes. to help in our development, you know, it's a collective responsibility. I buy yes can free baby. It's na bra yet test. Say 11 it came after a COVID, you know.
Yeah.
And COVID nearby, no ma. I buy second yina conform. Okay, and conform cry. Juma cry. Kasimi nkubi. And I see car. Na see the year input juma no. Ye the address COVID problems no. If you are not crying, and we do an man conform. Franco okay. It's a my sick assembly conform. Into at that time, no near alternative ways of raising funds, and we thought some countries like Kenya had done e-levy, and it was successful, and he proposed to you. But the opponents, no, they took advantage of it, and more rally Ghanaians against it. So what I say, as if said they said you know you confess cannot they be able. But think idea and Ghanaians accept here. Bit many scap be brave. For instance, road projects here now for a can was him. I say, me buy or more a cry a half on the cry no able some of their road project. But it takes money. So, you know, now I've been party. But of course, when Dr. Bawumia and the party realized Ghanaians consistently, you know, were against it, we decided to change it and find other ways of raising money to do that. And you know, of course, Ghanaians were against it, but not in party. And so we are buying a listening government. We saw say as long as Ghanaians don't like it, you know, we have to find a way of abolishing it and using other means to raise taxes.
You still do your community engagement with your people or constituency?
Oh, I do. In fact, weekend in buy a crowd. No, I've been going around talking to people, and there I'll meet people tomorrow. I'll meet people Wednesday. I'll meet people. It's important because
now what? Obi a for constituency di trampoana ya what?
So say
quite bad there. Yeah.
We had one of the poorest.
Of course.
In Ghana, urban, yeah. Opa, me send the actual. Me send the asset. April this last year, no, survey of Bantama Constituency, and before crime me call ministry no. Now urban roads for indicated say in Kumasi, Bantama Constituency they are the poorest roads. And you know, we to an among as I speak, be brio why into me anye. But there are key ones be are it me be boa improve mobility in there. Why at bridge? Okay, baby, I now hear my first. No, we so far. Exactly.
How do you feel that Omubiano now Jinaho as a minister, a member of parliament for Bantama? Now Yabiano na Edamsan personally. How did you feel?
When say Bantama, I was born and bred in Bantama. And I'm free bushing. It's my Kuma constituency in Mopa. And I'm say Kumasini.
Okay.
Na baby I walk on since you to hey
Kwame can be
first since you to you say Asenso Obeto no e be yiri near that to me din 2 years before you 6 people died in 2 weeks and every year be a so to na fenipa it you know na say na dem Yakopon say o ma yakonya no yetimi ayesade. And I want to use the opportunity to commend my predecessor. Because actually, on the chassis, he was the minister. He signed for that. I was the MP. Of course, I was the one promoting it. Yeah. But then the background here, because now he had no idea.
I remember
what it was. He didn't buy here and was this thing there, we have to do something about it.
Well, now do I want to keep to you?
Exactly.
Exactly. You see that nothing.
Yeah. But how construction the time delays near the say Africa Galamsey or Huntina Chenya there. But on our side, no, it's deeper than that. So we have to do variation of the contract.
But did you feel? But when it go to a point, a man focus. President to Babe Commission there. I
think I sat here and I said something. I don't know if you remember. I say, anybody who says that on tears here,
yes, you said it.
Some of us are not privy to.
Exactly.
So our bridge we go among for being what day because we so talk 6 omo be di dwane ade nyina waka.
Exactly.
Ontimi nkroso yo.
Where's all cross abeko?
And it was the number of deaths. Okay, or amanfo niema say kai nyina nsuo no fa.
It no be on tiase and bekasa. Of course, NDC for no be no mere propaganda or
but mami so ade we. Now I know that the NPP omo year review on how election anku personally from one kasa camp. Me check here you drop by 3.35%. Also constituency be shada for team B. They should also talk to people and ask them the reason why no man anku constituency.
Unless the national review is not able to address it. Okay. And I'll find a need. Basically, if those people, if they had voted, I would have clocked like over 95%.
Yes.
Because bien Okoto about Bantama.
Yes.
I'll be to a tier.
Yes.
So when you're entrenched NDC person, even NDC for, I mean, people have called into the program. They are saying the NDC for, but they are more by a basso. It's going to be Kwadia and the reason what we have to find out is why they didn't come to vote. No many na bibina na esi omokon na bibisa. And let's say finding out if the national review process does not address it. Maybe I may consider finding out. And it's not easy to find out. You need more to abanina and you need more to. So you just have to pick a call and identify those who didn't vote. So that we speak to them and find out why. It shouldn't be a difficult thing.
Is the constituency okay there?
Oh, tib bonibia so far there.
Beer kokama.
Beer tib bonibia. But some of the politics there. Yes, in 20 years,
the voice of the morning.
Exactly. And I will be out your team. I'm not thinking say I'm expecting a smooth arrangement for me all the time. No. Policy near we were you may you cry no be planning
only Canada Japan don't say your friend.
Oh, many
I like.
The last time he shared, Kasai met in Parliament or I think no after Parliament I think he met somewhere. No, it's a new say I'm so boko opinion and
not to say I trim. Now Raffle Tinninga.
No maintaining.
Oh, okay. After we contest, no Tinninga. Okay. Well, a Brennan honorable. My member na ye rapi apa ni sa. Na say bibi wa pesa o kan twa to ansa na ya sorry ya.
Mami fa akonya we so na asanteman kumaseman ne Bantama fo nyina ase say abra bia no omunya gidie e wo MPP mu. Bana e koye no na nke mpene sa ade enso bibia Nyankopon asem. Bibia Nyankopon asem. Kodua ne kan wo say ade na esi na spiritual. You cannot rule that one out. Because Nyankopon Nyankopon ofan ekwan ofaso ekasa kire ni pa. Ebia na nneoma bia ye bi na enye. Ene Nyankopon fa Ghana for so kasa kire say mon kotena fie na mon nsuo nyansa wo nneoma bi ho. Ba say adwuma pa say ye party ba ye adwuma magana tumpon dia. NDC nyomo yonko ni MPP. But ebia nneoma bia ye yesi do twasa no yimse ne chiachia tie no na se Nyankopon fa kwa bi so magana fo eto abetia ya se kotena fie ni su nyansa me gini se ya de bone ntimi me sa na me hu no but ye be su nyansa so pa nneoma bia ntini ye review no ade bia ne ye bia na Ghana fo mpa ye hu bia no ye be correct no na ya ba se nipa foforo. So what I say, I've always been using the theory of eagle. Say okay eagle la. Nyankopon the way Nyankopon esi aye eagle no. Say oya almost na afi kodu mebi almost na wayemre.
Yeah.
Na wonti kura ntubiu. Edru sa na almost waye boko no akotena mountain bi so. Na ntakra ni nyina na otutu. Na ne nsa na wode ye nyina no na otimi you to ntakra nya no wa mre but ntakra nyina timi sa ba na ne sano
more no
nyina na sa ba na wonya
fresh and stronger
no wa stronger wonya ho den foforo no wa sell to no wa nyoma me giri se sa renewal
so that is where you are right now
sa renewal no na yakopon e dey fam na ye fam wi a you come back stronger in 2028
okay
na yetimi aba beto in juma pa
right honorable and I am very grateful bra when you dey am.
Thank you.
Most definitely, Bibi Ansuni, Bessie Abane, Yedin Komot. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
It was a pleasure.
All right. Member of Parliament, Edema Bantama Constituency, Honorable Francis Asenso Boakye, former Minister, Roads and Highway, and our testimony, Edin Komot.